all protocols observed, good morning. Welcome to the Mona Social Services virtual closing ceremony for its gender-based violence project, Voice of the Voiceless, Women Rising Against Gender-Based Violence. This project was funded by the European Union through the Rise Life Management Services. I am Shada Richards, the moderator of this morning's proceedings, and it is with pleasure that I stand before you. Before I move on, please stand for the national anthem. For those joining us and are not yet aware, the Mona Social Services is a civic engagement and outreach arm of the University of the West Indies, Mona. We conduct various projects and initiatives impacting more than 20,000 residents in communities surrounding the UWI Mona campus in St. Andrew and the Western Jamaica campus in St. James. In 2019, the Mona Social Services was selected to be a part of the Rise Life Management Services Civil Society Boost Initiative 2, funded by the European Union, which served to bolster the capacity of the Mona Social Services and other civil society organizations. And as a result of being a part of this initiative, MSS was able to apply for and receive grant funding for this gender-based violence project, which has now come to an end. Nevertheless, the work will not stop, but will continue. Now, I would like to welcome Ms. Angela Harris, Executive Director Acting of the Mona Social Services, to bring welcome and to give an overview of the project.
Professor Dale Weber, Principal and Pro-Vice Chancellor, UWI Mona. Mrs. Sunita Abrams Burrows, Executive Director, Rise Life Management Services. Other European Union representatives. Dr. Karen Carpenter, Head of the Institute of Gender and Development Studies here at the Mona. Mr. Andre Curtis, President of the Augustown Community Development Council. Our esteemed gender-based violence participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to our virtual closing ceremony of the Mona Social Services Gender-Based Violence Project, the Voice of the Voiceless, Women Rising Against Gender-Based Violence. The issues surrounding gender stereotype and gender-based violence have existed since time immemorial. Data from the World Bank tells us that 1 in 3 women experience gender-based violence in their lifetime. 38% of murders of women are committed by an intimate partner, and 35% of women worldwide have experienced either physical and/or sexual intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence. Since the pandemic, the problem of gender-based violence has exacerbated as victims are isolated, and the pandemic has become a barrier to women being able to access help and reporting their situation. Now more than ever, a response is needed, as we cannot turn a blind eye to the plight of those who are victims or who are susceptible and vulnerable to becoming victims of gender-based violence. The situation therefore begs us to find ways to aid with the reduction of incidences of gender-based violence. Ending all discrimination against women and girls is not only a basic human right, it is crucial for a sustainable future. It is also proven that empowering our women and girls helps economic growth and development. The European Union, through the Rise Life Management Services, has provided funding to the MSS to conduct its project, Voice of the Voiceless, Women Rising Against Gender-Based Violence. The grant funding received allowed the organization to champion efforts to reducing incidences of gender-based violence and to empower women within the Greater Augustown communities. And these communities include the Goldsmith Villa, Hermitage, Augustown proper, Bedward Gardens, and African Garden. Through the project, MSS improved the resilience levels of 30 women from the Greater Augustown communities, while bolstering their economic condition during and post-COVID pandemic. During the course of the project, the women benefited from capacity building, empowerment, and resilience building workshops, which included areas such as understanding gender roles and its implication on gender-based violence, mental health and gender-based violence, advocacy and network, and effective communication. Family engagement workshops were also conducted to foster social bonds and strengthen relationships among family members. 16 of the women targeted also received vocational training through the Artrus NSTA in public area attendance at level 1. And we were able to gain insight to the male perspective on gender-based violence through a male empowerment reasoning session dubbed Man Talk. The women have also been empowered to reach out to others and to share their knowledge on gender-based violence through the Each One, Reach One, Be Empowered Against Gender-Based Violence campaign. It has been a pleasure to serve the beneficiaries of this project, and at this juncture, I would like to extend thanks to the participants for committing to the process. To all the partners involved, without you, this would not have been possible. It will take more effort for Jamaica and the world to fulfill the target of the 5th Sustainable Development Goal on gender equality, which is to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls in the public and private spheres, including trafficking and sexual and other types of exploitation. We at the Mona Social Services is very happy and that it has contributed in a meaningful way through this project towards the fulfillment of the aforementioned targets. Thank you.
I hope you are now feeling more welcomed after Ms. Harris's welcome to you. Next, we will have Professor Dale Weber, Principal and Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Mona, to give opening remarks.
Ms. Richards, Program Coordinator and Research Assistant at the Mona Social Services. Ms. Angela Harris, Executive Director, Mona Social Services. Mrs. Abrahams Burrows, Executive Director, Rise Life Management Services. Dr. Karen Carpenter, Head, Institute for Gender and Development Studies, Mona Unit. Mr. Andre Curtis, President, Augustown Community Development Council. Ms. Tina Griffiths, Program Coordinator, Mona Social Services. Member of the Greater Augustown Community, members of the University of the West Indies community, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm pleased to have been asked to deliver remarks at this closing ceremony for the Mona Social Services, the Voice of the Voiceless, Women Rising Against Gender-Based Violence project, in my capacity as Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of the West Indies Mona campus. It is quite easy to underestimate or fail to appreciate the magnitude of issues that face our girls and women in 2021. Too many of our girls and women are being violated and victimized. It is even more alarming when we make projections about the number of cases that go unreported. We acknowledge that males may also be victims, but by far and large, it is the females who are at greatest risk of being victimized. According to estimates of the World Bank, gender-based violence affects 1 in 3 women in their lifetime. The picture is similar on a local stage, and it is quite alarming. The onset of COVID-19 pandemic has influenced the increase of violence against our girls and women. The pandemic has served to curtail the physical spaces where victims would find solace or be able to escape from this violence. Spending time in close proximity with possible abusers is a challenge. Additionally, financial independence is likely to have been limited, associated with the economic downturn. So COVID has made this problem worse. As we focus on the pandemic, we have to realize that we need to make a concerted effort in how we shift our resources. Gender-based violence is systematic, and our response must be equally systematic if we are to achieve our goals. On March 8th, we celebrated International Women's Day 2021 under the theme, Choose to Challenge, because a challenged world is an alert world, and challenge comes from change. There is much that we can do, and there's much that we must challenge about our society and how we treat our women and our girls. We have a duty to ensure that the decisions that we make send clear signals that we value our women and our girls in every essence. In fact, since I have become principal of the Mona campus, 50% of all the appointments that have been done have been women. Not only are we offering opportunities, we are trying to empower. As an activist university, we consider it our duty to lead the challenge and stimulate change. We stimulate change when we create a space, a safe space, so victims can recover and return to full functioning. We stimulate change when we do research and use that research to influence policy. We stimulate change when we advocate for legislative changes for the rights of women and girls. We stimulate change when we have fora such as this, where we can ask tough questions and have difficult conversations. I would like to congratulate the Mona Social Services team for spearheading this initiative, for allowing the university community to reach out and engage with different communities of the Mona Valley. I must also thank our institutional partners who have played a great role. Rise Life Management and European Union, you have helped us take our message even further. To the many facilitators who have made time to present and share with us, we are grateful for all you have done and your unending support. And finally, I wish to thank community members who have joined us in today's celebration and at the various stages of the project making it possible. Your participation is critical to the success that we have. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you will continue partnering with the UWI Mona campus as we continue to integrate our communities, transform lives, as our light rising from the west. Good morning.
Thank you, Prof. Weber. Now we will have Mrs. Sunita Abraham Burrows, Executive Director, Rise Life Management Services.
I'm Sunita Moran Burrows, and I'm the Executive Director of Rise Life Management Services. We come to you for the closing ceremony of the Mona Social Services Project. But before we get to that, I acknowledge especially participants of the project, your families and friends, Principal of the University of the West Indies, Mona, Professor Dale Weber, Dr. Karen Carpenter, Head of the Institute of Gender and Development Studies, UWI Mona, Mr. Andre Curtis, President, August Town Community Development Committee, Miss Angela Harris, Acting Executive Director, Mona Social Services, and last but not at all least, the citizens of Augustown. It's a real pleasure for me to bring remarks for this closing ceremony, although it would have been really nice if we could have done it live, face-to-face. But you know, we have learned many things from this pandemic, one of which is to just kind of go with the flow and to be grateful every minute of every day for our blessings. Let me give you a little background to this project. The European Union funded a project which began in June of 2019 called Civil Society Boost Initiative Phase 2, and which is being implemented by Rise Life Management Services. Mona Social Services was one of the 4 entities who submitted a successful proposal and were awarded funds under this project. Mona Social Services aptly named their project Voice of the Voiceless, Women Rising Against Gender-Based Violence, the results of which we are celebrating today. Located in Augustown, St. Andrew, the project began in October of 2020 amidst the presence of a global pandemic, increased crime and violence in Augustown, in addition to the challenges posed by doing your training virtually instead of face-to-face as originally planned. Mona Social Services, you did exceptionally well under the circumstances, and to you we say thanks for being focused. A big thank you. The real success of the project, however, are the beneficiaries. The 29 women who participated, ages 19 to 48, to the ladies from the 5 communities of Greater Augustown, namely Goldsmith Villa, Hermitage, Augustown Proper, Bedwood Gardens, and African Gardens. We salute you. We're told most of you are from single-parent households and are either self-employed or unemployed. We at Rise salute you for persevering. We know that it was hard, very hard, but you did it. At the end of the day, we hope you learned a lot on how to tackle another pandemic, gender-based violence. We know that you got the tools and it's now up to you to use them. I wish to single out Heart Trust NSTA for certifying the training in Level 1 guest room attendance. This is a feather in all of our caps and we say thank you. With this certification, you have added to our pool of employable Jamaicans. We gather that you, the participants, have said that the vocational skills training empowered you to become more self-reliant. Some of you stated that you will be using the certification to seek employment, while others who are already employed will use the certification to further your own growth and development. As we say in Jamaica, big up ladies and all the very best. Let us know your progress. Now go out, use the tools you have learned and make us all proud. But most importantly, make yourself the best that you can be. Thank you so much for your attention. And all the best. Keep safe and keep well.
Thank you, Mrs. Burrows. I would like to add at this time that it has been a pleasure being a part of the Rise's Civil Society Boost Initiative. We at MSS truly admire them for their work. And we are happy that through the CSBI tool, we have been able to partner with them and to connect with other non-governmental organizations who are carrying out the work towards fulfilling the vision of a better Jamaica. And now let me give you a break from all the talking and let us welcome few of our talented ladies who participated in the project. Welcome them as they bring you their item.
Sharon! 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 Who are you trying to answer? Oh, Sarah! Hello, Sharon.
Yeah,
Where you look so sad?
tired, God, girl, you wouldn't believe what happened today.
One till.
Go up on the road, coming back in late. Because we two figures. Stop what I'm mother. So through me, no cook, no boy, take up board and lick fire and lick up from my hand.
Allah you tell. Look at your hands still up on black and blue.
Right now, I'm even afraid to report it and make my family them know.
No man, I have to report it. This is gender-based violence. This is violence in a relationship. I'm gonna seek some help for you because this is not good. Somebody cannot love you and put them on you like that. You know, I'm gonna refer to somebody at Mona Social Service. So I'm gonna call Mrs. Hillary because this is domestic violence. And I go to school. I went and do a program on gender-based violence at Mona Social Service. And I met a lovely counselor there, you know. She's so lovely. Her name is Miss Hillary. I'm going to call her and find out if she can come and talk with you or you can go and talk with her. Because this is domestic violence and it's not tolerated.
You sure it's someone I can trust?
Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you. You see, back in the days before I come to Mona Social Service to gender-based violence, I was very vile. I was ignorant about every situation. When something between me and my husband and my son, me used to get brain there. But I stop get brain now because I guess I'm going to go learn. I learn how to keep myself quiet. Understand? I learn how to accept, say, you know, be the bigger person in the situation. So, I get my phone, I call Miss Hillary and see what she can do for you, because I know she can help you. You know? I know she can help you. I call her from the tablet.
Hillary?
Ah, Miss Hillary. Good
Yes,
morning.
I'm here to speak to the young miss that you told me about.
Yes.
Okay.
You can come on in.
Okay, thank you.
And you know, I really glad it came because my friend is really going through a hard time. You know? And I know that Mona Social Services, they are good at their job. And I recommend you early because they are good counselor. Because I was in a situation before and you was the one that helped me.
Yes.
So I know you will help her.
Yes, I'll speak to her and find out her situation and see the best way we can assist her.
Sharon, you know, I call the counselor because we really feel the need help. So, and I call Miss Hillary so she come quick.
Yes, she does.
Yes, because she's good at her job and I know she will help you. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave and then you speak to her. Okay?
So, good morning, Miss Sharon. I'm Miss Hillary. I am from Mona Social Services. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. Are you willing to answer and open up?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let me ask you first. How long have you been in a relationship with your spouse? 30 years. So how long have this abuse been going on? 35 years. 25 years. Okay, and have you ever reported it before?
No.
Okay, so let me explain to you now. Did you know that this violence thing, this is not love, right? And he's telling you that he loves you, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I am going to talk to you some more of what domestic violence is. So domestic violence is a form of gender-based violence, okay? It can be defined as violence prevented by individuals who are related to intimacy, that's your spouse, also your family as well. They can commit violence against you. But what you should understand that this is not love, and you should seek help. And we at Mona Social Services, we can provide that help for you. Have you ever considered counseling for you and your spouse?
No, because I'm too ashamed.
It is nothing to be ashamed of. You're not the first person. And whatever we say within our circle, it is just between us. So if your spouse is willing we can get a male to come and speak to him if he does not want to speak to a female. We can get a male to come and speak to him as well.
But what if you guys do speak to him and then he attacks me again?
Well, we can get the police involved. We have special JDF that can come and arrest him, or you can call us. We have persons for that as well. But you have to get yourself separated from him if you are afraid as well. So is it a case that you are afraid?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and you don't have anywhere you can go to, like, to cool out for a while?
Yes, I do. However, you know all locations.
Okay, so you'd want us to help you within that, like to help to relocate you or something?
Yes.
Okay, and there's children involved?
Yes.
Okay. So how does the violence affect the kids?
Well, my daughter, she hasn't been focusing in her school.
Okay. And you know that this violence does not affect just you, as you were saying that it affects your daughter because she's not doing well in school, but your child will grow up and thinking that this is okay, that this is love. So you have to protect yourself and your child as well. So you have to try and get yourself out of this situation. So if you're willing to help us, we can help you. But you have to be willing to help yourself as well. I would like to have a session with your spouse though. We can give him a talk. So if it is possible, we can come back and have a talk with your spouse. Okay. We appreciate you speaking with me. We are going to keep in contact with you. I'm going to leave you with some flyers. So if there's any more abuse, there are some numbers at the back. For the crisis center here in Kingston, you can give them a call. They're 24-hour service. So you can just give them a call, okay? Okay. And remember that domestic violence is not your fault. Okay?
Okay.
So I do appreciate your time with us and thank you for sharing with me, okay? Okay, thank you for your time.
No to gender-based violence. No to gender-based violence. No to gender-based violence.
Thank you, ladies, for that wonderful item and for continuing to spread the message of saying no to gender-based violence. We will now have remarks from one of MSS's project partners who was very instrumental during the implementation process and who has, without a doubt, inspired and empowered the ladies of this project, Dr. Karen Carpenter.
I'm Dr. Karen Carpenter, head of the Institute for Gender and Development Studies at the Mona campus. I'm very honored to having been asked to bring some remarks today on the occasion of the closing of the Gender-Based Violence Project, which we've been engaged with the Mona Social Services. I came across the Mona Social Services team in my hunt for a partner on this campus that would deliver services to the community. And I must say that we have been more than pleased. Mona Social Services reached out to us shortly after our first engagement and asked us to be part of this project. Instead of it being a chore, instead of it being strictly outreach, what our staff members encountered was a group of women who were phenomenal women who we engaged with from November to January, delivering workshops that were suited to their particular needs. And I'm very pleased to say that beyond that, we've moved to a new partnership in the recycling project that we are now engaging in the Augusttown community with the very women who had been part of the Gender-Based Violence Project. So we've moved from strength to strength in our partnership with Mona Social Services. We appreciate that the Mona Social Services acts as our hands and feet in the community, because we're often thought of as a university, as an ivory tower, as rarefied, as too academic, not really relatable, as people say. But certainly through Mona Social Services, we've been able to not only relate with the community, but engage with the women, which is a major thrust of the Institute for Gender and Development Studies, to reach out to vulnerable communities, to empower women and girls, and certainly to take care of the needs of all genders. We're looking forward to expanding this relationship that we've developed with the Mona Social Services staff, who have been remarkably accommodating. It's as if we've always had this relationship. So we're looking forward to moving from strength to strength and taking our projects and our ideas out to the wider Jamaica to show the university's versatility and its care and concern for the needs of others. Thank you.
The Mona Social Services takes a bottom-up approach to community development, and as such, consultation with the residents and key stakeholders in the communities is a must. This project was geared toward impacting women from the greater Augustown communities. Thus, MSS engaged the Augustown Community Development Council to make them aware of the organization's work and to garner their support. Therefore, it should be no surprise that we have incorporated them as key stakeholders of the community here in our virtual ceremony. Now, please help me welcome Mr. Andre Curtis, President of the Augustown Community Development Council.
Hi, I'm Andre Curtis, Chairman of the Greater Augustown Community Development Council. The issue of gender-based violence is one that has long plagued our country and our communities. The Mona Social Services, in partnership with the European Union and Rise Life Management, has decided to tackle this issue head-on. Women from communities including Augustown were invited to participate in a 6-month-long training exercise under the theme, The Voice of the Voiceless, Women Rising Against Gender-Based Violence. And indeed, ladies, today you are ambassadors of women rising against gender-based violence. Having been exposed to areas of capacity building, resilience and vocational training, and personal development, I am sure you would have been exposed to a wealth of information. Practical ideas that you can employ at home in your families. The learning exercise does not stop here. In fact, we expect that you will take this information back to help with community transformation. As you would have been exposed to ideologies and practical solutions, we encourage you to share that information that you would have learned. Help us build our communities, Augustown and the other communities. Mona Social Services, you've done it again. You have found an area that affects our communities and you have come up with a workable solution. We appreciate the efforts that you have made with your partners to target areas or communities like Augustown. We are forever in your debt. As we mark this closing exercise, I want to challenge all of us that information gained is information shared. Ladies, as we tackle this issue of gender-based violence, I encourage you to be ambassadors. Be ambassadors in your homes, in your communities, wherever you go. Let us together say no to gender-based violence. Be the voice of the voiceless. Thank you.
Let us now hear what the women have to say about their experience throughout this project.
Being a part of the gender-based violence program has impacted me very well. Let people know or identified when they're in a violent situation or they're being abused, whether it be verbally, emotionally, physically.
I have learned a lot. I can say that for me, this program has really helped me because I was dealing with a lot of issues and I have learned to resolve it.
Because I used to have anger issue, and being a part of this, it really solved not only a small problem for me but a big one. Because back then I used to have so much aggression inside of me that if people say something to me, I just get aggressive. And being in this, it really helped me, honestly speaking.
I was introduced to this project by a dear friend, and it was a pleasure to journey along with them, with the gender-based violence team. And I'm so proud. It has helped me to interact with others and understand other person's opinion matter. And I would say it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Proud is an understatement. I'm really glad to be in this project. This project has impacted my life in many different ways. It has shown me how to handle things different. And I just want to say a big thank you to the sponsors, Mrs. Harris, and Mrs. Naveen Harris.
I have learned a lot from this program concerning the way that you react towards persons, the way that people treat you, how you would react in a certain situation.
I learned so much from it, gender-based violence, the different types, and because I didn't know them. I also learned to use the internet because I wasn't a tech-savvy person. Introduced to emails and all that, I didn't know those things. And the best thing too, it helped me to have a better relationship with my teenage son. You understand? Whatever I learn from the group, I take it in my personal life. I have better relationship with people like my sisters, my son, and friends. And I also impart the knowledge that I learned from this group to other people.
I was introduced to this program by Miss Angela Harris. She called me one day and told me that, Keisha, remember the program I tell you about? It's about to start. I said, Miss Harris, I'm not gonna bother with it, you know. She said, no, Keisha, you have to be a part of this. It's gonna bring a great impact on your life. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try it. And you know, the sky's the limit for all of us. And trust me, it did bring a great impact in our lives. And I'm happy I was a part of it. I was so happy. And trust me, it don't stop right here.
I'm so proud to be a part of this program. It has taught me so much, words can't explain.
My learning experience from this program is very well. I've learned a lot. I've learned to control myself in terms of anger, how to deal with people with anger management, and it was a very good experience over the term.
Being this project has been a blessing to me because it has taught me a lot on gender-based violence. Big up Miss Harris and the whole MSS team on this project.
I'm a part of the gender-based violence voice for the voiceless. Throughout this program, it has been a learning experience, how to go through a lot of situations, how to deal with stuff that arise on a daily basis, mostly with your kids, because how we interact with our kids in more than one way are going to play out. It has taught me that sometimes changing your whole demeanor, the way you speak, the things you say can make a whole lot of difference. It also taught me that sometimes we need to listen more, listen even more than how we speak. Because sometimes thinking that your voice is the only voice, or maybe because you're the adult, you don't need to listen. It has taught me that sometimes we need to step back and just listen and try to see how we can work things out better.
Being a part of this program has taught me a lot, a better understanding of gender-based violence. It has taught me how to go about my daily aspect of life and the way we see things. Being on the program has also given me a higher self-esteem and motivate me much more.
My experience on this program has been a very pretty interesting one. It's actually the first time on this program, even though it was a bit late for me. I have learned personally how to control myself, how to give persons ability to freely talk when they're in a dispute. Whenever someone is having any problem in terms of abuse or anything of the sort, you may not know how to deal with the person. It's best for them to just finish what they are doing, relieve themselves, give them the space, let them feel as if they have the time to control that moment, and then you reassure them of all the positive things around their lives.
Gender-based violence, how it has impact on my life. I experienced a lot, and it helped me how to impact others, and I like it, I love it very much, and I thank everyone.
Teach me how to deal with violence and all, and I appreciate every aspect of it, and I hope to see more ladies in my community and around Jamaica come on board on this program because it helps a lot in our family and friends, teach you how to deal with others in a more calm and respectable way. Thank you very much.
This gender-based violence group has taught me a lot. It has taught me how to stay calm, not only in my community towards people, but in my house towards my own family members. I've learned how to calm down before reacting, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this and finish it out to the end. And I'm thankful for Miss Iris for all that she has done during this program, calling, texting, and I've learned a lot and I'm grateful.
I learned so much about it. It impacted my life, as in I was a violent, like a miserable person, angry most times, and the session that we have showed me a different way how we can impact and work and do other things. You know how to calm your anger now, how to react to certain situation. When certain situation, you know how to react to it.
I was a miserable person, and by participating actually in the sessions, it elevated me a lot by making me calm and actually changed my life, teaching me as well more how to speak to persons, especially my partner and my children.
It has helped me to speak out, or speak up I should say, against women being abused. It has also given me confidence in myself as a woman, the whole group. It has taught me how to be a better parent, a single mother to my child. Right.
Pleasant morning. My name is Lamar from the Agoson community, and I'm here to give my 2 cents about the webinar that was hosted by the UWI-MONA Social Services on gender-based violence. Firstly, it was very structured. From the beginning right down to the end, it was very structured, and the information relayed was very. And from the webinar, I believe that I'm more socially aware of these happenings, and going forward, I know how to have it dealt with. In the near future, I would like to see, another seminar, a webinar, going in depth on the subtopic that was talked about.
I learned a lot from gender-based violence, and it empowered me how to empower other ladies in the community, and to show more love and respect to women, children, boy and girl. And as I learn about gender-based violence, I will take it to another level to teach young ladies, young men about their rights and learn to respect other person's rights. Thanks to MONA Social Service for taking me through gender-based violence, strengthen and empower women in this project. Thank you.
I am proud today to be here. I am very glad because I learned so much, and hope it was longer, I could have learned very much more. So I'm giving thanks and praise. Thanks to my team. They are such nice girls. They uplift you, yeah, a lot. And a lot come out of them that I didn't realize. And to Miss Harris, I have to give her very much thanks because she's always encouraging me to push more and to go further. And I just want to say, it's been good, it's been nice, and I learned not to get ignorant and upset on my spouse, not to turn my eyes, not to give him that little eye contact that make him feel like, yeah, I want to war with him and all of that. So I am trying to be the best that I want to, and hopefully I will.
I'm Nicole. I'm a part of the gender-based program of the Women's Social Services. I am happy to be a part of this program because it has helped me to learn more about others and to know that other persons are going through hardship in life based on their gender. I am looking forward to be in other part of the program, and with this program I am now further into higher heights. The gender-based program had opened ways for me that I've never expected, and it helps me to reach out to other females who have been going through the same situation that I have been in and other females would have been in.
Being part of Mona Social Service has impacted me a lot. It has made me be able to speak out loud to people that are facing gender-based violence in the community. Being one of emotional violence, I suffered a lot during my last relationship. It has helped me to help someone else out there that's facing the same trauma that I went through. Being a part of this program has helped me a lot, and I lost my father a few months ago. Not the gender-based violence, but the violence overall. And it was one of the hardest times for me. And the gender-based violence was right here with us, like, fully. They encouraged us to continue the program, they talked to us, Miss Harris encouraged us, and like, she's like, Patricia, Miss Harris, yes, you need to continue, do this good for you, this will help you out and things. So, being a part of this program helped me gain another family that I didn't know I had. So, being a part of the Mona Social Service program has been exceptional.
This program has impacted my thinking on gender-based violence. I am happy to be a part of this initiative, and I want to say a big thank you to Miss Angela Harris for being the motivated and dedicated person that she is, and also to inspire me to complete this program. This program has helped me a lot, anger-wise, and also in my household, where I can teach others what I learned in this program about gender-based violence.
This gender-based violence program has been implemented by the MSS Mona Social Service, funded by the European Union through Rice Life Management. It has been a wonderful experience for me being a participant of the program. I've learned so many things, and the different types of abuse, how we can resolve them, and through the different sessions that we were involved in, it created an atmosphere so we can express ourselves freely, knowing that persons out there do understand us and that we are not alone, bearing the fact that I was a victim of domestic violence. I always wanted a platform such as this to express myself and educate others about abuse and gender-based violence, rising as a woman to be strong and get rid of the the stigmatization placed on our community and on us as a woman. During this program, I've learned even art and craft, where I also attained a level 1 certificate in art housekeeping. And I have learned so many things. I've become passionately about, gender-based violence, and want to offer my service to other people, other women, persons who are being abused, and to let them know that they are not alone and they do have a listening ears, such as mine. Thank you.
And now the moment you have all been waiting for, the highlight of this morning's event. Now we will have Ms. Tina Griffiths, Project Coordinator of MSS, who will present the participants to you.
Thank you, Ms. Richards, and it is my pleasure to present to you these wonderful ladies from this project. The first person I'd like to present to you is Ms. Sasha Joseph from Augustown proper. Davia Blackwood, Augustown proper, who also acquired training with Heart NSTA, and she was trained in the Public Area Attendant Level 1. Kinley Chen, Augustown proper, also acquired training through Heart NSTA in the Public Area Attendant Level 1. Simonetta Lawson from the Augustown proper community, also trained through the Heart NSTA Public Area Level 1 course. Faith Morgan from the community of African Gardens. She was also trained through Heart NSTA in the Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Janelle Horton, African Gardens, trained in the Public Area Attendant Level 1 course, Heart NSTA. Veronique Thomas, African Gardens, also trained through the Heart NSTA Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Aneta Dubidab from the Bedward Gardens community. She acquired training through the Heart NSTA Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Carrie-Ann Gentles, Bedward Gardens community, Heart NSTA trained in Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Sharon Brown, Bedward Gardens, Heart NSTA trained in Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Sandra Hall, Bedward Gardens. Patricia Hall, Bedward Gardens. Stacyan Hall Campbell, Bedward Gardens. Donna Brown, Hermitage. Marcia Moore from the community of Hermitage. She also acquired training through the Heart NSTA Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Nikisha Lewis from the community of Hermitage, also trained in the Heart NSTA Public Area Level 1 Attendant course. Vanita Buress from the community of Hermitage. Isashay Campbell, Hermitage. Daniel Pang, Hermitage. Amanda McBean from the community of Goldsmith Villa. Brittany Williams, also from the community of Goldsmith Villa. She was trained through the Heart NSTA Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Peter Gay Rainford, Goldsmith Villa, Heart NSTA trained in Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Ashanti Rainford, Goldsmith Villa, Heart NSTA trained in Public Area Attendant Level 1. Keisha Lawrence Dixon from the community of Goldsmith Villa, who also acquired training in Heart NSTA Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. Denise Osborne from the community of Goldsmith Villa. Janice Davis, Goldsmith Villa. Samantha Levy, Goldsmith Villa. Shamika Taylor from the community of African Gardens, who also acquired training in the Heart NSTA Public Area Attendant Level 1 course. And Tina Estick from the community of African Gardens. I want to say congratulations to these ladies who took the time and made the effort to be a part of this project. I hope that having gone through this process, you are now better able to encourage other women in their fight against gender-based violence. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Griffiths. We are at the end of this virtual closing ceremony, and it has been my pleasure to stand here with you as your moderator. To the European Union and Rise Life Management Services, I wish to extend sincere thank you for providing the MSS with funding to conduct this project. I want to thank Professor Dale Weber, Mrs. Sunita Abrahams-Burroughs, Dr. Karen Carpenter, and Mr. Andre Curtis for taking the time to bring us remarks. To the participants of the project for their item and testimonials, I want to extend a special thanks. To Ms. Griffiths, I say thank you for presenting the participants. To the staff of MSS who were instrumental to the organization and execution of this virtual closing ceremony, I wish to express sincere gratitude. To the participants of the project, we at MSS say thank you for committing to the process, as without you, there would be no project. I also want to thank you all, our distinguished guests, our specially invited guests, family members and friends of the participants, members of the UWI community for joining us this morning. And before I go, I will leave you with this line. When we talk as one, violence against women comes out from behind closed doors. Thank you.